All right. Okay. So, where's chat? Hello, chat? Curious. Just a second. So I get rid of that one. Okay, I'll figure that one out later. Oh, hello. Just a second, because at present, a thing has happened that I was not expecting. Cool. There it is. I found it. Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Well, I'll just open this, and I will get started. So, only up. Incredibly cynical game. Incredibly so. So, first I should probably start with...
Don't look up. We need to get to the top. I'm sure we'll make it. I wonder what awaits us there? The unknown is frightening.
I really feel like I'm gonna get ticked off with that voice. Everything they say is, like, either sarcastic, like what we just heard, because I get the feeling the intent of that one is, just sort of getting you on the right track. Simple premise, go upwards. But everything you see from the very get-go is just disgust and destruction and litter and garbage and just randomly thrown about. It's pretty consistent across all of this, so I'd say more than just a texture, but everything is intended to give this feeling of just destruction and disarray and overall more apathetic than anything else. Like, everyone just goes about their lives, sort of a still frame sort of a thing, but all of it is to say, people live in this squalor and they're just okay with it. Which in itself is, you know, pretty pessimistic, thinking nobody wants anything better, they're totally fine with everything being terrible. The next thing that I learned is that across everything, there are NFTs, pictures of NFTs, which in isolation you would think, oh god, this game is just a shill for NFTs. But what got me really thinking is the combination of the tropes used in this, along with the whole NFTs everywhere, is sort of saying, nothing matters, video games don't matter, this doesn't matter, I'm probably gonna get rich, I could just throw NFTs all over everything and just make tons of money. Which is to say, the person who made the game is giving more commentary on themselves than they are about the game itself. It's all about how everything sucks and nothing matters, which is itself something that's quite disturbing, but kind of true to life. I hate this music. It is incredibly loud on my end. I wonder if you guys are hearing it as loudly as I do. I sincerely hope not, because that'd be probably very unpleasant. Whoops, I didn't jump high enough. But going back to the game itself, into the...
Sometimes it's hard to choose the right path, but don't be afraid. You can always repeat. We learn from our mistakes.
This is one of the only lines I've found so far that repeats. The "it's hard to find a right path" kind of a thing. The only glimmer of hope in the entire game that's repeated and incessant, which goes to a point of which it stops being morally boosting and starts just being depressing. The fact that it's repeated makes me think that there's this constant feeling of repetition in any...
It's hard to make a choice when you don't know where it will lead.
I didn't hear what they said, because I turned down the volume on my headset. The repetition gives this feeling of any positivity is just a lie people keep saying in order to make you feel better, or even worse, to make themselves feel better as nothing changes. And as you get to the top of the sort of trash tower over there, well, more like a slum tower, you make it to this winding, crazy set of pipes. It makes no sense. Why are they up here? They're very clearly more of a sewer system kind of a thing. And it's sort of saying, because it doesn't matter, it's all chaos and crazy and pointless and stupid. You're gonna be crawling through the sewers as you try and climb to the top. Which in itself is, again, pushing this theme of pessimism and nothing matters. And you get to the top, and I haven't even made it to the top yet. But these themes really do stand out to me through this game. So as I climb upwards around the frickin' corkscrew, the light in your eyes, I can't help but feel like was also intentional, just to say you're going to constantly have these annoyances. Things that supposedly would be nice, but after a while they just get tiring and annoying and draining. Everything about this game is sort of designed to be mildly annoying, but never all that difficult. Some things are difficult, other things not so much, which feeds into those themes further. So I'm going to continue climbing, and as we change the sort of general feel of this, you go from the twisting pipes, sewer pipes specifically, and up to a train. There is a line here that I really hope activates this time. I do not hear the line. So, main character says, "My grandfather worked here for 60 years, and then he died." In just the most pessimistic way that could be said. Of which the line won't even repeat anymore. I'm not really sure how any of this was programmed in, but here's a couple more NFTs for you to look at. What really makes me think is, did this person steal the NFTs? Which in itself would be hilarious, because the whole game is about pessimism and greed and how nothing matters. And here's a little reference to, I believe it's a reference to Hachiko, the dog that waited forever for their master to return after their master had died at work. And it's, on its own, an incredibly sad story. But I feel like, in conjunction with this game, it's more a statement on, even if you have the purest of intentions, even if you are a good person, even if you sincerely are waiting for that sunrise, it's not gonna come. You're going to die, and you'll never achieve anything. The whole point of this is incredible pessimism. So, as you climb up here... Oh, the train station also being the idea of, if you change things, you try and move away. You try and escape the chaos and squalor. There's not going to be all that much more to it above. That's my general thesis on this part of the area. You can't even go over there to explore. A lot of this game is barred off with invisible walls that keep you on this specific track. The thing that differs most to me, though, is you can start to see the outline of the city above, which I find to be interesting. Go upwards. Hmm. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just checking something. I'll probably see if I can edit this section out of the VOD. Moving onwards. So then you have this long, tedious walk across here, which I guess for most people...
Quickly, go with friends. If you want to go far, go alone.
If you want to go, go with friends. If you want to go far, go alone. There's something to be said about that. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so if you want to go, go with friends. If you want to go far, go alone. The idea that if you want to succeed in life, you need to do it on your own. But if you want to have fun, you go with friends. Which, yeah, it rings true, but at the same time, it's done in such a pessimistic way to say, if you seek fame and fortune or to better yourself, you have to go alone. You have to fight these battles on your own. And this whole train ride, it's long, it's tedious. I'm fairly certain I could sprint faster along these tracks to get further. But it does give you time to see the whole panorama
From here,
of...
you have a great view of the favelas. This is where everyone lives in poverty, which is hard to get out of. This is where my whole life and the lives of my goddamn parents have been.
Yeah, that says quite a bit about the favelas, the whole idea that most of us live in squalor just because... Well, I guess putting the blame on your parents because they didn't succeed where you wish you could. Where the get-rich schemes didn't work. From your point of view. For them. There's a lot that I could definitely say, but I'd need a lot more time holding still to get my thoughts together. The primary concern there being... this whole place is full of people. Just tons and tons of people that all live the exact same. Just not rich, not making it. And this whole idea of, you can definitely make it if you're willing to give up on your humanity. If you're willing to give up on your friends and having people close to you. If you're willing to hurt others for personal gain. The reason the main character is so antagonistic towards their own family is because their family didn't do that, and now they had to survive through unpleasant circumstances. And now their idea of causing trouble, in theory, to, you know, get to the top where they're being told not to. Which brings us to this elephant here.
You won't make it. You're a weak kid. Go back to the favelas. Your friends are there. Your destiny and life is there. You have to seek happiness there. Get a job in the favelas and live there. There are many like you. You have to be with them and not stand out. You won't make it. You're a weak kid. Go back to the favelas. Your friends are there.
Yeah.
Your destiny and life is there.
Okay. Okay, what was I saying? I feel like my focus is all messed up now. Well, sort of to be expected for me. I've been doing stuff. And by stuff, I mean talking to someone so that I have someone in the chat. Hello. Welcome back. And thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Maybe I should start from the beginning, just so that I can tell you what's going on here, and my whole view of it. So, back down I go. Whee! Look at this wonderful view. And look at all these NFTs! What I was getting across, or attempting to get across, is that this entire game is based on just being incredibly pessimistic and antagonistic towards society as a whole. So, pretty much everything sucks, nothing matters, do what it takes to get rich. That's sort of the
it's hard to choose the right path,
premise.
but don't be afraid. You can always repeat. We learn from our mistakes.
The idea that you can only see some of the pictures from the exact correct angle is something that I find somewhat funny to me, because some of the angles you need to look from are completely impossible to do. And the whole point of it is you need to have a broken mindset to start with. Hello. What was I... Animation? What animation? All of this is part of a Goblin Town NFT thing, from what I know. So that is something to catch you up on. Pretty much everything in it. I don't even know if I can fully go through everything again. It's all very ugly, and it's intended to be that way. Oh. I missed. The art of the game is ugly, and it's intended to be that way. The whole game is supposed to be just terrible. Everything in the game, from what I can see, is basically just a direct Unity asset flip.
It's hard to choose the right path, but don't be afraid. You can always
And this
repeat.
area is so
We learn
annoying
from our
after...
mistakes.
Okay, screw that. Yep. Now I'm getting stressed out, which makes me really bad at the game.
Sometimes it's hard to choose the right path, but don't be afraid.
Is that
You
the
can
whole
always
point of the
repeat.
music and the
We learn
voice
from our
line?
mistakes.
Why it keeps being repeated? Is it just to be infuriating? I feel like it is. That's devious and evil, and right on brand with this game. Everything about this game is supposed to be terrible, because it's all about how the world is greedy and horrible.
Sometimes it's hard to choose the right path, but don't be afraid. You can always repeat. We learn from our mistakes.
I probably should have just restarted the entire game so you could hear the voice lines. But I can just recap everything that's supposed to be said. So down there, it's basically saying they live in squalor, everything is slums, everyone who isn't rich sucks. And that's sort of the whole starting point. The only lines that are even slightly positive are the first line, which is basically giving you the premise of the game. Just go directly up. Don't worry about anything else, just go up. And then that line that you hear on repeat there, which is, it's difficult to find the right path, just keep trying. Which, surface level, you'd think that's supposed to be motivational, but I get the feeling the intention of it is to just be really pessimistic, to be grating, because it's the only voice line that I've seen so far that's repeating. along with the music, which gets very loud and quite annoying to hear every time you fall down to the bottom. And I have fallen down quite a bit in this game. And the whole point is to generate this sort of pseudo-difficulty, which comes from being stressed out and anxious, which in turn makes people more tense, and then they don't react quick enough to specific things. Or worse yet, they overreact and then jump off on their own. Which is similar to what Bennett Foddy did with Getting Over It. But what's different is Bennett Foddy did it as a means to help people improve, to see that there is a way back even when you fall down. This game is doing it to mock Bennett, to mock the idea of trying and succeeding. Because even if you go up, even if you succeed, you're not really met with new themes. You're met with different themes of the same pessimism. So over there's the whole train. And then up here, there's a train station of which there's supposed to be a voice line that hasn't happened in a while for me, of which the main character here said, "My grandfather used to work here. He worked here for 60 years, and then he died." Which, in conjunction with the rest of the game's themes, it's basically the main character saying, "My grandfather sucked because he worked an honest job. He should have been more scamming." The premise, or the presence of NFTs throughout the entire game, rather than striking me as something that's intended to be shilling, it really feels more like it's saying, hey, you want to do something with your life? You gotta get rich quick. You gotta hurt other people for personal gain. Even over here, there's this little dog, the Shiba Inu, which I believe is a reference to Hachiko, the dog that waited until its death for his master to return after his master had died at work. And it's a tragic story, and one that a lot of people hold a lot of importance to. But in this context, I think the developer is more saying, you can wait forever, but you're just gonna die. It's pointless. And the whole idea of...
Your master isn't coming back. Go find yourself a new one. No need to wait.
Oh my god. Did you hear that? Literally, the main character just said, your master isn't coming back. Go find a new one. It just proved right in front of me everything about this game is pessimistic. Even going as far as to mock Hachiko. Everything about this game is about how life sucks, how you should hurt others for personal gain. There's a few other things that I want to touch on. It's not just sad, it's upsetting. Like, yes, it's sad, but the fact that the main character has this viewpoint of nothing matters, you should hurt others. Like, that is a premise that keeps being pushed by this game. Over here there was a voice line. I don't think it'll be repeated because I already heard it, of which the main character says, "This is where everyone lives, in squalor. This is the favelas. Nobody matters here. Everyone sucks, just like my goddamn parents." It isn't what's wrong with her, it's what's wrong with the world. This is the developer saying everything sucks. This is my viewpoint, or how I interpret this kind of a thing. Everything about this game is, honestly, when I think about it more, it's very well constructed. Because it isn't about looking good. It isn't about mattering. It's about the idea that you can make a piece of trash, and it will be heralded as genius. And it works. It works so incredibly well. Even on the back of the main character, you have an NFT, which is, you know, very well known to be horrible because they're basically just scams. And the idea that this mentality, you are playing as a scammer mentality of it doesn't matter who I hurt. It fits. Even the hat? That's Dipper's hat from Gravity Falls, of which, if this character would just, come on. Whatever. You'll have to take my word for it. You can see the tiny blue tree, but this is definitely Dipper's Hat. The whole thing is made of assets that were taken right from the Unity store, and then put together in a way that resembles Bennett Foddy's work. But where Bennett's work, where getting over it was about, succeeding in the face of adversity, in trying to make yourself better because it's for the greater good. This game does the exact opposite in tone. Just listening to the elephant again.
You're a weak kid. Go back to the favelas. Your friends are there. Your destiny and life is there. You have to seek happiness there. Get a job in the favelas and live there. There are many like you. You have to be with them and not stand out. You won't make it. You're a weak kid. Go back to the favelas. Your friends are there. Your destiny and life is there. You have to seek happiness there. Get a job in the favelas and live there.
This hits hard. I wonder if this is an NFT. It probably is. But, wow. Going back, just thinking back to where I started, when I started streaming, that was sincerely something, even now, that is something that I get a lot from my own family, of just get an ordinary job. Give up on trying to do something more. Is there more going on with this story, or with this narrative? Because this is definitely not a conventional story. I still believe it's incredibly pessimistic. I believe that a lot of it is about pain and hate and anger.
To get to the new one, you first have to make a jump and get off the ground, not knowing what the future holds.
To get to the new mine, you have to jump and get off the ground. Huh. But the point of... Oh yeah, this thing is, by the way, way bigger than you think. I think even speedruns are about 20 minutes through this game. And the whole game could be a few hours. I've been playing this game for, I think, about a week now. Just sort of running through the early bits until I can get further. But there's so much for me to unpack with it because it's so dense with stuff. And the visuals of it being this ugly, with it taking this long, even here, just thinking about, once you get past that first train part, there's more trains. It's all just transitive, it's all travel. I feel like this game definitely warrants a complete analysis. Maybe I'll use this, actually, I'm not sure if I can use this specific stuff for, oh, I could probably just crop myself out of the image and, use this as...
My father worked here as a driller, and he always smelled of fuel oil. I was afraid of him and hoped that one day he wouldn't come back from work. He drank a lot and often beat my mother and me, but that's in the past.
You'll never make it to the top. You'll never make it, you bastard.
Oh, I'm still scared of him.
Huh. There's just so much to unpack here. Oh, sorry about that. Well, I guess I can't really control chat and delays, but... Now I'm just thinking, even with that one line, going into... I kind of want to take the beds because it's faster, but at the same time, I don't, because I feel like taking more time gives me more time to think. So, there's definitely a discussion of, some pretty dark topics right there. Of which I don't know if YouTube would hate me more for talking about that. But at the same time, the idea of being oppressed, being told you're not good enough, and being physically and emotionally harmed in the process. On the one hand, some people do it out of a means of, trying to protect someone from a fate that this person does not know, or use too many this and that and people. So, An outsider would try and protect someone from a fate
Some
the
say that
outsider...
soon no one will need oil, but it is unlikely to happen sooner than in 20 to 30 years. And meanwhile, oil is still a resource that people kill for.
There's so much that I need to unpack, and I actually have to stop because more voice lines add more context. I don't even... Like, there's so much to unpack here, just in this one small section. We've got family abuse, we've got, oil and planetary destruction and environmental destruction. Just a whole lot of destruction going on here. So, from the bottom, where it seems like squalor and there's just a whole bunch of negativity, up into the pipes, and that's all supposed to be, it's confusion just to figure out how to get started, and then you move into the train section, of which it's just trying to move around, trying to figure out your stride, and then you move up higher, and it gets a little bit more complicated as there's less clarity on what you're supposed to do, and you need to change pace. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make it. Somewhere in the middle there's the elephant saying, just give up already. Just go home. Don't try and be different. Of which feeds into more the narrative that society wants to stop us, whether it's real or not. And it's coming from an elephant, which I feel has its own narrative importance. Then you're going all the way over here, past the whole oil thing, of which it's all on scaffolding and it feels very loose and spooky. I hear music. I don't know if I recall there being music there before. All of this just... The more I play and learn about this game, the more it fascinates me. Like, I loved Bennett and Getting Over It for its sincerity in showing the difficulties of life and how you can overcome it with enough time and practice. This game is similar in that sort of an idea, but it goes in such a pessimistic and sad route. And up there is a statue of Karl Marx in front of a factory, of which I want to talk about more when I actually get up there. Because that feeds into another... Ah, crud. Whoops. I went and falled over. Okay, I'll just quickly run back there. Should I take the... I don't know. I haven't really practiced with the beds over there much. My god, there's so much to unpack that I wasn't expecting to realize today. Like, I want to talk more about how the NFTs are utilized in this very negative way, and now I'm realizing there's a more sincere negativity to all of it. That it's not just about you suck, everything sucks, hurt people for the sake of money. There's a sincere emotional trauma to be discussed with it. Please make it. Nope, didn't make it. Ah, crud. Okay, I landed on a train. That helps a bit. Man, there's so much to think about now. You missed taking the train? Did you enjoy taking the train? I'm not too big on trains because, the subway system around here is trash. It's just terrible. I hate it. But the trains in Japan are really good. They're always on time. Here, the only thing I can depend on when it comes to trains is that they will consistently be late. And no matter how much time you give yourself, if you take the train here, you're gonna be late. Guaranteed. What? Oh yeah. I think this game would be impossible with fall damage. Given the premises going as high as possible and falling down as often as the developer could get you to. So, you know, there's that. Ah, I see. I guess, do you have positive memories of the going to school? Or was it the trip that was enjoyable? Maybe I should have taken the beds. Oh well. This is probably safer anyway. Okay. And a jump. So, in order to fully unpack all of this, it's got all the negativity connecting to the world being destroyed for the sake of greed. And the negativity coming from other people in our lives that are putting us down. Ah, the trip. I find that trips are a peaceful time. For specifically on a commute, if you're not needed to think, you can either, Ah, I see. Honestly, back when I used to commute, before it became just too expensive to take the bus, I honestly didn't mind it that much. Gave me time to just relax and daydream. Then after a while, I just couldn't take the bus anymore and learned to drive because it's just too expensive. I had to take 2 different transit systems for an incredibly short distance because one of the transit systems decided, you know what? We want to take complete control of that area. If anyone wants to go to this area, they need to transfer from your system to our system. So, kind of a terrible situation. Okay, that was close. Karl Marx here. Of which I'm sure that if you know anything about communism, you've heard the name before. I still haven't quite figured out. I guess a lot of it is just... You can go with greed, or you can go with communism. No matter what, you're getting shafted. I feel like this is a lot more to do with the industrial complex than it does with economic theory, though. Fascinating. Nice. Nothing says fun quite like an area that is not messy and not crowded. Just want to focus on... I don't need to focus that hard on this, though. I think it's more intended to be spooky than it is to be actually difficult. A lot of this game is just about being spooky, more than it is being difficult. Okay. Wonder how long I've got so many thoughts running through my head, and it's difficult to keep it all the same. The feeling of recording a video and live streaming are 2 very different feelings. I probably shouldn't speak my mind so much here, though. I don't know, motivation to keep going when confronted with difficult situations is something that's consistent among these 2 games. So, between getting over it and only up.
Birth, kindergarten, school, army, institute, factory, death. Hello, kinfolk.
I think that main character just said all the parts of life that they perceive to be the only things that anyone in the favelas experiences through their entire life. You get born, you go through childhood, you go to school, you go to work, and then you die. More music. I feel like there may have been an update to the background. I mean, I suppose there is something of a somber beauty about it. At the same time, it's more about the perspective that the developer wants people to take to this kind of game, where the idea is ugliness not as repulsive, but ugliness as a factor of life, as things suck. And sort of, what would be the best word to describe how I feel that the developer intended for this game to be perceived? All of it feels like it's supposed to be just everything is terrible, and in order to make things better, you need to push past all of it, all of the trash and horrors of reality. There's a shortcut that I could take over there, but I don't want to take that shortcut. I want to go this way, because there's more to be seen. So the construction site, if the previous sectors is all about the whole pessimistic aspect of nothing matters, you need to keep going, then what would this represent? I can't help but keep wondering, is this game a troll? Or is it a sincere story about pain?
It's a strange feeling. I've never been this far away from home.
Don't worry about it. In or of would be interchangeable in that phrase. I guess in is technically more correct, but it functions pretty much the same there. I still understood what you meant. There's still just... the way NFTs, even up here, are still ever present. Oh, there's a bed down there. I'm curious how high that would take me. Oh. Ah, it just takes you back up here if you fall down. Okay, good to know. What? Oh yeah, the house from up is somewhere around here. I didn't see it just now. I'm sure that, we'll pass by it soon enough. Of which... that is a very interesting thing to put in this particular game. What else is there around here to see? There's another set of stairs over here. Oh, this guy was fully aware. This was 100% intentional. There is blatant homage to getting over it. But I want to know, what was the intent? I guess all I can do is sort of hypothesize about why it is that they made the game this particular way. Was it in order to tell their own spin on the same story? I would guess that. But at the same time, there's just so much to think about here. I feel like... yeah, it's a similar story. It's not the same story. That would certainly fit with the sort of sad theme of this game. There's definitely always more than one way to get through any situation. I don't think I've been up there before, up to the highway. So I guess that's another thing for me to get past. Then now we head towards
what a person really needs is not a state of peace, but the striving and fighting for some worthy goal. Oh.
Is this game designed to have the illusion of not caring? To make it feel like nothing matters, not because it really does, but because there's just that veneer of everything sucks. To say nothing matters and everything is terrible, is that why the house from Up is here? Is it to say someone tried really hard and achieved something that was considerably important, but at the same time didn't really matter to begin with? But at the same time, it's saying we need to try to succeed. There's definitely a lot going on here. More than the average person might really see. The inclusion of NFTs is what really baffles me, though, because the connotations added to them. It definitely makes me think that there's more going on here simply because if it was just a shill, they probably wouldn't have put in so much emotion into a lot of what's going on and making it seem like it's all pointless and trash. Everything seems like trash. Everything... I think the Up House, the way it was designed, is one of the few things in this game that is kind of not the same as your average asset flip. You can tell that the balloons were added on. Like, the house itself is an asset flip, and the balloons are an asset flip, but they definitely do not fit together. They were mashed together to create a different look without actually changing how it all works. I keep seeing the NFTs as well, which is jarring the more I see them. They're, throughout the entire game, prevalent, from what I've seen anyway. So, the fact that you're carrying one on your back this whole way, is there really nothing more to it aside from shilling? I have a hard time believing that. Oh, no, come on! That one jump messed me up. I guess that's sort of part of it, though. Okay, so back through this. I can take the shortcut this time because I went through the longer way last time. There's so much going on with this game that I struggle to fully... Man, before I was just planning on talking about how every aspect of this game is pessimistic, but now I've had this entirely new point of view run through my brain, and I can't stop thinking about how that gets involved with all of it, because it's a bittersweet feeling of things suck, but they're not that bad. And there are things worth striving for. But the NFTs, they break that. This illusion of there are things to care about. So, which is it? I think it might just be that it's both. That the chaos is part of our lives. That people are going to hurt other people as a means to survive. Or to thrive, even. So... is it saying there's more than one path? If so, does that mean that there's a path with NFTs and a path that you see none? But... Oh, oh no! I want to keep exploring, but the fact that the game is, like, the way it is makes it difficult to keep doing that. And only now do I realize I do not have a pause screen, should I need to take a moment. Alright, I will be back in 1 minute. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Now it's back to thinking about this game. I really can't quite figure out which direction the game is trying to lead in. So, should I see it as a pessimistic negative view? Or a pessimistic optimism? I don't even know if that works. Then again, people can believe things that are not true. I'm gonna try and land on the bed again. And then, there we go. Then I land here. Perfect. Made it. Okay. There's so much going on. I feel like I would need to write out each and every aspect of the game. Oh, geez. Weather's been a little crazy over here as well, actually. Oh. Oh, no! Not again! I should not have taken my eye off of where I was going. I think I need to go this way. Yeah, the game definitely is stressful. It achieves that. 100%. This whole winding path. Gee, thanks. I'm so glad that you think it's funny. I guess I am actually glad about that. I have to remember at the end of the day, it's all about the entertainment, right? But at the same time, a lot of it matters to me because, to me, it's about the story. It's about what really is going on. And it's sort of this battle between being hopeful and trying to achieve, and knowing it's pointless and you're doomed to fail. It's trying to fight optimism or pessimism with optimism, but the pessimism is winning. It's something that I can honestly relate to all too well right now. How it's like, oh yeah, you can totally do it. I believe in myself. And then the world's saying, you'll fail. You're going to suck. You can't do this. And anyone you would ask for help doesn't want to. It's something that I can definitely relate to. Man, that hurts. But at the same time, I don't know, it's like I can relate to it. It is a relatably painful game. Who needs legs when you can have spaghetti? And then there's just all of this running, this time to think. And as you get better, you end up just with more time to think about it all. Well, I guess it depends on who you are. For me, that's how it works. But then again, I'm the kind of guy who spends a lot of time. I can't help but wonder what it is the world wants. I'm just going to shift my entire desk there for a second, because I can feel the heat rising from my computer. And now I need the heat to move towards the... or behind the desk instead of towards me. So I'm gonna take the beds again, because that is faster. Man. I have too much running through my brain, and now I'm on overload because I'm trying to think about how to talk about it. But my brain is so used to, oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Somehow I didn't fall that far. I still fell far enough that it's annoying, but... You know what? Yeah, no, this is fine. I can deal with this. There's so much to think about. Ah, I hate that because saying there's so much to think about doesn't mean I'm thinking about it. I don't know how to unlock the connection between my brain and my mouth. Because I can't focus on moving while I focus on the meaning, while I think about all the different aspects that combine to create this sort of strange viewpoint of the game. I don't know, what do you think about this? Your feelings on the ideas being presented here. Ah. Well, I did say, but, you know, if people took good advice, there'd be a lot less mistakes. It's hard to tell what's going to be good advice and what isn't. Why is it that I can't make that jump without needing to do the climbing animation? Is that intentional? And also, why is it that this bed... In order to connect with that bed, I need to bounce twice on the last bed. Is that intentional? Do I gain more jumping power if I jump twice? Okay, this part I'm going to try and focus on a little bit more. But the idea that was presented... What was the idea that was presented? I've already forgotten what I was going to say. Whoops. And we go through the factory, of which is like... Actually, going back through all of that... Was all of it a metaphor for life? Oh no, now I'd need to go all the way back to the bottom just to check. Well, there's the favelas, which is where everyone's born, and you end up going. Then you go through... What is going on with the lighting here? Then once you get to the top of favelas, you go through a whole bunch of confusing pipes, which I think is kind of like schooling, trying to find your way through that. I feel like there's more going on between the two places, because there's also the train station, where main character sees the dog and originally comments on their grandfather. I feel like there may have been something that changed, but I'm not really sure. This game is so chaotic, it's impossible for me to keep track of each and every little piece. Yeah, I think that the game is attempting to unabashedly say stuff is terrible right now. But at the same time, I feel like there's a bit of added nuance to it, in that it's not just saying life sucks for a couple of us, it's also saying... it's hard for me to put into perspective because my brain already forgot everything I was gonna say. I feel like I'm not used to this kind of mental exercise while I talk. Or maybe, yeah, I think that is accurate to the situation. I'm just tired from playing games and talking. My brain is tired. Which, you know what that means? That means I need to spend more time working and training. You know, I did 30 days of back-to-back videos, which focused on my editing skills. Next, I think I'm gonna work on my streaming skills. So you know what? Starting today, I'm gonna do 30 days of streams, back to back. No exceptions. I made it through 30 days of back-to-back videos, right? Well, on the 30th day, I did do a stream. So, but I did do day 31 of video. So how about 30 days of live streams starting today? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. What could possibly... I'm not gonna finish that sentence. But it's definitely gonna be... That was close. Gonna be tough. And that's kind of the point. Which does mean I should probably make some, what's it called? Where I'd make a list of what I'll do for every day. A schedule? Yeah, sure, why not? I did take about 11 days off, I think. Hey! Oh, come on. I'm right here. Come on. Oh, come on! Just drop. Stop grabbing! Okay, good. We did it. I made it. I am alive and here, and all is good. Hoorah. Okay. So that sort of plans out what I'm gonna do next, I guess. I was kind of going crazy with not having something to do every day. I mean, I, in theory, had something to do every day, but I didn't have a schedule. So I guess a schedule would really help me keep my brain and life in order. So, let's see here. I guess I'm just taking a short break from thinking about the game because my brain was hurting. And thinking about what I'm gonna do. I should definitely do an introductory video to explain who I am. The real problem I face now is, who am I? Neko, do you know who I am? Because I have not the slightest clue. Like, I got the name, and Green Mage. Green Bee Mage. The B stands for Bartholomew, which someone gave me that name, and now it is my name, I guess. Middle name, but name nonetheless. That's a fun story. I was hanging out on Wagyu's stream the other day. Yesterday. You were there! And, Wagyu's friend gave me that nickname. So, now I'm just gonna incorporate it into me. I still don't fully know who I am, though. Which is something I guess I need to figure out the rest of the way. Hey, I did it! I made it to the end. Yeah, I guess it's a cool name. It's the only name of my 3 names that is an actual name. So, that's fun. Oh, now I'm over here. I see, I see. Makes sense. I wonder if... Oh. There's a different route to get here faster. I mean... The, what's it called thing over there takes me pretty far. The drone takes me pretty far. This goes... Oh yeah, I've been there before, to the top of the, windmill. I think I've been up there once. Kind of wonder where the windmill ends. Like, at the bottom. I could probably check that at some point. Okay. So now I'm up here. I'm just gonna focus because I haven't got a lot of experience over here. So for the next part, I think it's...
If a man does not know which port he is sailing to, no wind will be a tailwind.
What was that? Something about ports. So, for this part, if I am to... Oh! No! Ah, crud. Huh. Over here now. Neat. Okay, you can't climb up that. I think that's sort of... This is supposed to be just a safety area to catch on, save yourself, and keep moving. Hello, Marx. Karl Marx. In front of a factory. Seize the means of production. That's what I say. But at the same time, I mean, you don't really need to take the means of production, because for so many things, the means of production is easily attainable. Like, for video games? What? Oh. I didn't even notice that you had said something about falling. I was so caught up in my own thoughts. I don't think you did. I think it was just me worried about, that one particular jump there. I let the stress get to me, and then I fell. Like I was saying earlier on, I don't even remember if you were here when I said that. That a lot of this game is about just making you really tense so that you make mistakes, where it requires very precision movement. That's exactly why practice and training is incredibly important. Because the more you practice, the less tense you get, which means you're more capable of getting the finer details. But that's a whole thing on its own. Yeah, so anyway, what I'm saying is don't worry about it. It's all good. Everything's fine. Nothing is broken. Keep going through this cemetery thing. Very disconcerting. Oops. Hey, I made it! Haha. In your face, silent and very cold world. Man, that's something that I can practically feel. The feeling of it being so quiet. Intermittently taken with just a hint of pessimism every time main character says something. Honestly, I can kind of relate to the pessimism the main character feels. Wait. Oh my god, am I projecting? Is the pessimism I feel a projection of my own pessimism that has overtaken me over the years with all of the trouble I've been through? I wouldn't say trouble, actually. It's just been... a lot of bad things have happened to me. Even then, like... I don't know. I should have some water. Okay. I spilled water on myself. That's fun. It's not fun. It's sarcasm. Okay. I can see chat moving there, but... oh. Amanda? Amanda the Adventurer? Or is there a different Amanda? Wait, where was I the last time I fell? I don't even remember. There we go. Sorry, I was just moving some stuff around on computer so that I can see the time. I should move more stuff around. Okay, there we go. This is good. Now I can see everything. Awesome. So now I jump here. But is it Amanda the Adventurer? Because if so, I know about that horror game. Or is it a different Amanda game? Oh. And up here I go. So, I should be going that direction. Oh. Will I make it? Will I make it? Oh! Haha! And then I can just skip a whole bunch of stuff. Nice. Check that out. How you like them apples? Amanda. The adventurer. And then over to here. Bam! And then over to here. I just run to the end of the plank. Bam! Yeah, Amanda's the little girl, and her friend Wooly is the sheep. And, Amanda kills Wooly at some point and turns him into meat pie or something. And then the world ends, I think, at some point. I've seen a few playthroughs of it. There's, a YouTuber who goes by Manly Badass Hero, who I really like watching his stuff. I think I first saw the game on his channel. He was watching it for quite some time. So I saw it through all of its iterations as it expanded and changed. I would highly recommend checking out his channel. He's a really cool YouTuber that I am a fan of. Okay, and now I'm back to where I was. Neat. And now I just need to get up here. Oh. Sweet. And now things start getting stressful because I haven't been this far before. Okay. And then I've got some cables here. Cool, cool. Then I can't help but feel like there is a little jump here that is intended to mess me up. Sweet, I didn't get messed up. I'm just gonna focus super hard. That's new music. Sweet. Okay. Nice. He is a really cool YouTuber. I'm glad that we share a, what's the word I'm looking for here? Fandom? Appreciation, that's it. Appreciation of his work. I feel like I'm intended to go over there. But there's another path over here, both of which function. There's another path over that way. Wait a second. Huh. Is there a... Oh, there's a bed over there. I see. I kind of want to explore more before I try and move on, though. Should I jump across this thing? Okay. Then we've got this little stepladder here. There's a construction site. Fascinating. I want to explore this area a bit more. No smoking. They're just regular old porta potties. A couch. A bench. The thing that I find fascinating about this is it feels like they're doing a very similar thing to what Bennett Foddy did, in that they are telling a story through the things they put in their levels. I believe there is a term for that. And then all of these NFTs, I do want to know if each and every one of them is an NFT. I believe they are. I'm fairly certain they're all NFTs, but I I can't help but be curious if at some point they'll go from NFTs to something different as a means of telling a story. Oh. It's a good thing that, there's a road right below me. Why does she not grab on? I'm fairly sure the main character is a girl. So, there's that. Cool. I can probably come back on a replay of the game later to see where all the beds get me to. There's just NFTs everywhere. I believe that is... Is there a Banksy NFT? I just want to be sure, because if not, this could be the turning point. Because that is definitely a piece of Banksy art. It even has Banksy in the bottom corner. So, that's something I would need to make a note of. In fact, I want to make a note now. There's also the added knowledge that, what I learned a little while ago is the term up only, which is used specifically in NFTs. I still hate NFTs, for the record. I just want that put out there. So you are aware that I do not support them. I believe that they are a scam and effectively a untrustworthy economic ideology. Like, they're sold on the premise that there's no way for the banks to take the money away, but because they are unregulated, that means anyone can rob you. And the whole way that they have value is effectively convincing people to put their money in a big pool and then saying, you own more money in this pool than the money you put in. But the reality is, you do not own more money than you put in. What you own is the money you put in, but everyone else in there has the ability to steal from you. Especially the people that make the money in the first place, or make the pool. Because they can just pretend that there's more there than there actually is without putting in more money. So effectively they can rob people blind quite easily. You can actually see the city over there, the one in the distance that you could never imagine getting close to. Pretty close now. Well, it doesn't feel that close, it's just a different perspective. I can't help but feel like the idea is, as you get higher, as you progress with life, you get closer to, the world not being crap. Oh, yeah, I did it. I made the jump. And then onto this. Cool. Only up, only up, only up. Cool. I see a lot of stuff up there. I am very excited. I've not been this high before, and there's so much to think about. This is the gift that just keeps on giving because of how dense it is with themes. Like, even if it's effectively an evil NFT shill, the themes it covers are no less interesting to me. I actually knew a guy who lost everything in NFTs. Wonder if he's doing okay. Before he was evicted, I helped him clean up his place. It was just disgusting, and the worst part is, I can kind of relate to the depression that he felt. The feeling of hopelessness once you've lost everything. Everyone you ever loved is gone. The world is collapsing in around you, and that's an even more intense feeling of depression than anything I've felt. And I've been struggling with depression for years, but this guy lost everything, and I can kind of understand why everything just sort of fell apart on him and why he let himself fall into that state, where he couldn't even clean himself. He couldn't clean his area. There were bugs literally everywhere. Well, not literally everywhere. Only fruit flies and just...
Many have broken lives.
disgusting larva. This dog just spoke to me.
Your childish stubbornness, if you continue on this path, will only bring you regret and misery. Many have broken lives here in pursuit of their dreams, but only a few have been lucky. Your childish stubbornness, if you continue on this path, will only bring you regret and misery. Many have broken lives here in pursuit of their dreams, but only a few have been
That is an interesting idea right there. I want to see what's over here. There's an invisible wall, so I can't. It would be such a terrible thing. I could kind of see the developer putting something kind of like a fly trap here. An invisible wall that once you get stuck on, you can't leave. And it forces you to restart. I could totally see that being done. Just as a means of being cruel. But this empty city, the streets lined with cars that have no people in it, the empty buildings, it all gives this unsettling feeling. But it isn't even something that I can say is like a liminal space. How curious. You know, the thing that really bugs me is I can't help but think all the things I'm saying now, all the work I'm doing now, will be forgotten. No one will realize I was ever really here. Nothing I do, even if I press onwards, even if I succeed, nothing I do now will ever really matter. Like, it matters in the moment, and it matters... the blinding light. This is an intentional feature.
That's how the visually impaired feel. I don't envy them, and I don't envy myself either.
Curious. So there appears to be a jump over there. I think that one's just a line straight up. Interesting. Yeah, I can see the jump there. There's multiple jumps on that path. And this path is just really scary. One step at a time, though. It's all about keeping an eye on where my feet are. I'm gonna have to comment on this after I get past this part. I get the feeling these are both supposed to be difficult. One path is just slightly more difficult than the other. If I step... Okay. I see. So, it forces you to do little jumps there. Oh, please tell me these aren't all tiny jumps. I don't think they are. And there's a big jump right over there. Right in front of me. Interesting. I do not normally hold my breath like this. Ha 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 ha. Oh. That was close. That was also close. It's important to remember to breathe, by the way. Just putting that out there. Just remember to breathe. It's very difficult to tell where you're supposed to go. I feel like that's a dead end over there, so that means go this way. Okay. Oh no, I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, I should have said what I was going to say and just stood still for a little bit. That honestly would not have been the worst thing, and I would have gotten to say the things in my brain. And now I can't because they're gone. And it's gone. Oh no. Haha. Okay. Oh, cool. The lighting. It's changed. Ah, that's fine. Sorry if I'm keeping you awake if you're trying to nap. Okay. Now I just gotta keep going. Up. Only up. I made it. To somewhere. With an NFT. And a skeleton. Look, a dead person. I mean, you don't have to look, I'm just saying that. You could not get more blatant with this. Crushed dreams, destroyed hopes. A Bitcoin in the trash can. In fact, I better take a picture of this. Just in case I forget to do so later. Maybe I should take pictures of every NFT I see in this game. For the sake of, posterity or whatever. Because honestly, all of this is quite interesting. I feel like there's a lot more narratively going on than just, hey, buy NFTs. Like what I've seen in a handful of videos. Is the developer saying I wasted money, time, and effort on NFTs, on trash and suffering and stress? Huh. This looks scary and spooky, and I kind of just want to take the bed. Oh, thank you. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, no! Well, that wasn't the worst thing that could have happened. Wasn't the best thing, but it wasn't the worst thing. Oh, now I need to go all the way back through there. Oh, it makes me sad. I am the sad. I am sad. Well, I guess that's just a lesson to be learned. Just keep going up. Kind of the name of the game. So, where do I go next? I guess I could go that way. Could I even make this jump? Don't think I'll make it. Ah. Looks like I'm going back down to the bottom. Rip. Gives me time to stretch at least. Oh no, that song! Every time I hear it, I swear it's taunting me. Well, not much I can do but work my way back up. Oh, this does give me a chance to take pictures of all the NFTs. This one is so
Sometimes
weird.
it's hard to choose the right path, but don't be afraid. You can always repeat. We learn from our mistakes.
Huh, this kid's playing Mario. I wonder if there's a particular reason as to why Goblin Town. Are these all NFTs? This is Freddie Mercury. We Will Rock You right there. Curious. Also, no worries about it. Just chill. Enjoy the stream. That's kind of what it's all about, right? Interesting. I wonder if there's a particular reason. Why is this guy looking directly into the sun? Also, sorry for blinding anyone that's just watching the stream. Bunch of NFTs. It feels like the higher up you go, the fewer NFTs make it. I can't help... Like, they're prevalent throughout the entire game. So I can't help but feel that there is a reason for their theme being there. Now, there's something being said, and why Bitcoin, like a giant Bitcoin, is in the trash up there. So there must be a whole lot more going on. There's also the weird... I saw this one higher up. This exact same NFT. Wait, they have Freddie Mercury twice here. One of them is him strewn across the wall. I find it fascinating that some of these look so strange when you look at it from a different angle. There's a dog there. Looks like it's trying to get out. Or trying to be noticed. Curious. You know what? We're at about an hour and 30 minutes. I think this is a fairly good time for me to end the stream. Maybe I should stream a little longer, actually. I don't know. Now, actually, I think this is a good place for me to end the stream. Thanks for coming by, Neko. I appreciate it. And to anyone that is watching the VOD and has taken the time to watch this far, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. What else? I'm still 26 subscribers away from that, stream of me making a plush toy. Which, honestly, it's probably going to be a few streams. Making a plush toy takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, so it's probably going to last a week's worth of streams for me to do that. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm thinking for that first stream, I'll have a list of, say, some vegetables, so maybe an onion. I do like making onions, leeks in particular, but I'll probably have a different species of onion, or maybe something different. I'll think about what to do, and then I'll announce what would be options on that list later on. And, yeah. I guess that's where I go from here. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Goodbye, and see you guys later.